Hello, fellow fans of the Pony Kite, Mage speaking, and it's finally time to answer all your lovely questions. Now, I got a whole lot more than I ever expected to, so for the sake of saving time, I've shortened down some of the questions and removed any repeats, so if you don't see your question exactly the way you phrased it, I most likely shortened it, so it's still answered, don't worry. I couldn't answer all questions. The new YouTube comment section sometimes decides to hide random comments and then make them reappear again hours later. It was very frustrating when I couldn't find some questions I knew I had been asked. So if your question is missing and hasn't been rephrased, chances are YouTube ate it. I'm sorry. Lastly, some questions were illegible due to bad grammar or were inappropriate, so I had to skip those. Also, because of the large amount of questions I got, I ended up categorizing them so it would be easier to follow them or potentially skip a section you're not interested in. I will place annotations here somewhere telling you at what time what section starts. The sections are MLP related questions, Pokemon related questions, Lethal Aurora and Lethal Halloween video related questions, questions about my cat, and personal questions about me. Without further ado, let's get started. Who's your favorite pony? Fluttershy. Who's best pony? I do not believe in best pony. All characters have strengths and flaws, unique charm, and varying levels of relatability that vary from person to person. There is no way to pick a best pony, yet this question has started so many pointless arguments. Just ask who's your favorite pony, same thing in a way. Do you like Fluttershy more than Rainbow Dash? Yes. What is your favorite MLP episode and why? Hurricane Fluttershy, because I could relate to that episode the most. I'll talk in detail about it once I get to reviewing it. What are your thoughts on Griffin the Brush-Off? What are your thoughts on Ghostbusters? I'll express all my thoughts about certain episodes when I get to them in my reviews. It might take a while though, so I'm sorry for that. 3 canon ponies you'd like in-depth analysis on? Do you mean hear an analysis or make an analysis on? If hear, then no one in particular really. I like hearing what other people have to say about all the ponies, so I can't choose. If make a video, then I'll probably be doing on Fluttershy, Pinkie Pie, and Twilight. What's your favorite song from MLP? I'm pretty neutral on most songs, but This Day Aria was probably the first and so far only MLP song that rose the most emotion out of me the moment I first heard it. If you can make one fan thing canon, what would it be? I don't know, there's nothing fanon that I have my heart set on becoming canon, really. Oh, wait! Twilight's secretly a changeling. Yes, I'm going with that. What are your thoughts on Alicorn OCs? I don't like them. I could probably make a whole video on why, but I won't. I suppose making Alicorn OCs isn't bad in itself, just that most attempts end in poorly made characters. Alicorns are a bit hard to handle as characters, but most people are attracted by their power and design. It's like they say, with great power comes great responsibility. However, most Alicorn OC creators don't treat their OCs responsibly, creating the stigma in the fandom that all Alicorn OCs are bad. That's not true for some, but majority of those OCs would have been better off as any other race. I myself had made a few Alicorn OCs, so it'd be pretty hypocritical of me to say you shouldn't. But if the only reason you want to make your OC an Alicorn is because it looks pretty, or you can't decide which race so you choose all of the races, or you want them to be super powerful and be strongest or best at something, then I highly suggest you reconsider. What do you think about Alicorn Twilight? At first I wasn't sure what to think, then eventually I stopped caring. So long as Twilight is Twilight, it shouldn't matter too much. Plus it opens up opportunities for some potentially interesting stories, so I decided to first give her a chance before forming a definite opinion. What do you think should happen in Season 4 of My Little Pony? Big Mac should become an Alicorn princess. What do you expect from Season 4 of MLP? More of this guy. Does Saddle Arabia sound like a good location for world building? Sure. Who is your favorite villain and what's your favorite season of the show? Favorite villain has to be Discord. As for the season, I don't really have one. In your opinion, who is the best villain, Chrysalis or Discord? I do like Chrissy's design more, but as I said, Discord is my favorite. Which minor antagonist in MLP deserves a redemption the most? Diamond Tiara and Silver Spoon, only so that the two could stop being annoying. Do you think Diamond Tiara and Silver Spoon could be the focus of an episode? Have you ever liked them? I never liked them. I want them to shut up and go away. If an episode centered around them makes them have a change of heart, I'm all for it. Favorite pony shipping? I don't really ship canon ponies all that much, so I don't have any favorite ships. What is your viewpoint regarding Big Mac and Shirley? I don't like the idea of ships in the show itself. Do you like Dr. Hooves and Derpy being shipped? If you like the ship, good for you. I don't have any strong opinion on it. Chrissy Flufflepuff, best ship? I don't like the term best when we're dealing with subjective matters unless it's jokingly. They are cute though, I'll give you that. What is your personal opinion on crossover relationships of MLP? Weird. If you like it, go ahead I suppose. I don't personally. At least I haven't seen any ships to convince me otherwise. What MLP characters would make a cute couple? Know what? Fluttershy in Discord. Yes, this is my fave canon ship now. No more questions on this matter please. If you could meet any pony from MLP, who would it be? Perhaps Twilight? I would have picked Fluttershy, but I want to ask Twilight some questions. Mage, your favorite main sex pony comes to the real world and comes knocking on your front door. She wants to spend the entire day with you. Where will you go? What will you eat when hungry? And how will you end the day? I would keep her in my house and we'd eat cookies. I don't want other people calling the army or whatever when they see a talking pastel-colored pony. Do you think the CMC will get their cutie marks? If so, what would they be? I desperately want them to because I really hate it when cartoons do the sort of thing where they make the characters have a goal and then every episode of the show with those characters is them trying to reach the goal even though you know they will never reach it. As for what they would be, I don't care so long as they get them. Is Scoots disabled? And if so, does it matter? I don't know and I don't care. Your diagnosis of Derpy? She seems a bit ditzy. Shadow bolts, should they be a real thing? Sure, why not? Thoughts on the Flim Flam brothers? I like them. Contrary to the way the episode portrayed them, they were not really con men. They delivered what they promised. I'm actually tempted to write a fanfiction about an episode with them. I'll have to see where season 4 goes first though. So far the situation is in my favor. If FIM ever got a video game, what style would you like it to be in? RPG with extensive customization and plenty of cutesy romance options. Yes. Solar Empire or New Lunar Republic? Mage Nation! All Pokemon I mention here under favorites will be based on how much I like the design or if they have a significant meaning to me. I realize some of them might not do good in competitive battling, but that's not what matters most to me when I play Pokemon games. Also, I may pronounce some names oddly. I warned you, so no need to yell at me in the comments. What's your favorite type and top 3 Pokemon of the said type? I'm torn between Dark and Fairy. Favorite 3 Dark Pokemon are Houndoom, Umbreon, and Sableye. Favorite 3 Fairy Pokemon are Sylveon, Spritzee, and Floette. Favorite Pokemon? I can't choose, I love all so much. What's your favorite type? My 2 favorite types are Dark and Fairy, as mentioned before, but I also like Ghost and Electric. Fire comes 5th. What's your favorite Pokemon from each type? Eevee for normal, Raikou for fire, Lapras for water, Mareep for electric, Lilligant for grass, Amora for ice, Blaziken for fighting, Haunter for poison, Nidoking for ground, Fletchling for flying, Meloetta for psychic, Volcarona for bug, Aurorus for rock, yes I'm kinda cheating here, Sableye for ghost, Goomy for dragon, Houndoom for dark, Aegislash for steel, and Sylveon for fairy. Favorite starter Pokemon? Fennekin. What's your Pokemon dream team? Don't really have one, but I'm building one with Delphox, Volcarona, Blissey, Absol, Sylveon, and Goodra. We'll see how that goes. On a scale of 1 to 10, what is your rating on all things Pokemon? Off the charts! Which Pokemon game do you like the most? I think Pokemon X, though I do like the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Explorer games too. Can we be Pokefriends in X and Y? Sure, PM me your friend code and I'll add you, then PM you back with my code. If you can own one legendary Pokemon in real life, which one would it be? Arceus, of course. Then it can create me a whole new world to live in. If you like cats, what do you think about the Pokemon Skitty? Skitty's best Pokemon! It's pretty cute. What do you think about Serperior and Snivy? My favorite starters of that generation, design-wise, though the one I got in Pokemon Black 2 was struggling very much through our journey. I had to replace him with a Lilligant, and that flower was a beast. It led me straight to victory, just plowing through foes like it was nothing. Best grass type ever. What is your opinion on Pokemon X and Y? I loved it! I've always wanted customization in Pokemon games and now I have it! Yay! Where did you get the idea for your Halloween episode? I had just finished watching Danganronpa, the anime my video was making an homage to, and I thought, what could I do for a Halloween special that no one else would be doing? And then I just put two and two together. How much effort did it take to do your Halloween video, and how long did it take? A lot. It took me a month, and it's not even the way I wanted it to be. It came out more rushed and simple than I originally planned. How did it feel to work with the analysis bronies in your last video? It was quite fun. We didn't interact too much until the last week or two, though. What would the deaths of Anthony C, Sky, and Heartsong be if everyone were to die in your Halloween video? For Anthony C, the two masks that represent tragedy and comedy would chase him about until they corner him and bite down on him. One would get the top side, the other would get the bottom side. They start pulling until they pull him apart, and then they eat their respective sides. For Sky, a potion would be poured onto his hair to make it grow wildly. It would grow and tangle around Sky until they strangle or suffocate him to death. For Heartsong, she would be given mechanical wings that make her go up and only up when she sings. If she stops singing, they instantly stop working. The floor under her opens up to reveal many sharp spikes, and to avoid them, she has to sing. As she keeps singing, she goes higher and higher, but once she runs out of air, she instantly falls down to her death. What was the analysis bronies' reaction to basically seeing themselves being killed? You should ask them, but as far as I know, they were pretty amused and were looking forward to seeing those scenes. Are you planning to make more, or was that a one-time seasonal thing? I'm not making any plans, no. Ask me when the days draw closer to the next Halloween. Favorite candidates for another Lethal Halloween next year? I don't think I'll be doing something like this next year, but if I do, it'll probably have other people, like Voice of Reason and Texarax. Was it weird to see your own character's head get cut off? Not really, since I was the one who came up with it and drew it. What exactly is Lethal Aurora? Where did Lethal come from? Why is she so evil? How long has Lethal been in you? This is a hard question. See, when I made my video, I had a good idea what Lethal is. After the video, I started thinking about her more, about what she is and what she might become. Thing is, as I kept thinking about her, I kept making small changes here and there, and then some things about her stopped adding up. I cannot give a good definition anymore because I'm not sure what route I want Lethal to go. I have told several of you what she was at the time, but I'm afraid that not all of it applies to her anymore. I suppose you'll just have to wait and see what she'll end up becoming. I understand this is not a satisfactory reply, so I'll give you a bit of a description of what she is currently. Remember, this is a bit loose and it might end up changing. But what she is not Mage's evil half. She's not the yin to Mage's yang. They're not equal halves of the same person. It's a bit hard to understand, but try. Also, Lethal wasn't always this dangerous and twisted. She has been with Mage from the beginning, but something happened that made Lethal the way she is. That's all I can say right now. Are Lethal's opinions on MLP essentially yours? She holds no opinion on anything. One day she says one thing, the other day she'll say something completely different. It's best to take everything she says as a lie. Will you be making another video with Lethal Aurora? Maybe. I have no plans with her right now. Lethal, would you like to rule the world with me? She doesn't care for ruling the world. Don't try allying with her. You'll end up dead sooner or later. Lethal, you should get into politics. You don't want that, trust me. Lethal, I'm not scared of you. You can't kill me because insert reason. She could. She's god-modding, so shh. Does Lethal admire, fear anyone? Nope. She doesn't care about anyone, be it hatred, respect, love, whatever. She holds no emotions towards anyone, not even Mage. How do we destroy Lethal if Mage dies? Lethal didn't know this, but completely killing Mage would kill her too. Are you working on a spell that could strengthen the bond that keeps you and Lethal together? It doesn't work that way. Are you planning to do a Christmas special? I'd like to, but I don't think I'll be able to. Will we see any animations like a Lethal Halloween in the future? Not gonna make any promises, but I'd like to make some, yeah. What's your cat's name? Lullaby. Lulu for short. I named my kitty sticker after my actual cat. What type of cat do you own? I don't think he's a special breed. You call those tabby cats, right? Lazy or playful? Very much playful. He's not even 2 years old and acts like it too. What's something really funny or silly your cat has done recently? It's a hard question. I suppose when he runs around the house for no reason, we call him Torpedo Kitty when he does that. How does your cat look like? Here's a bad quality picture of him. It's hard taking pictures of black cats with poor cameras. Can you tell us more about yourself? Make a video about yourself? I think this section of the Q&A will be thorough enough. How old are you? I'm 21. I'm old. How did you start YouTube? I didn't start YouTube, it was there when I got there. Joking aside, I just made an account and started making videos, like everyone else. How do you get into ponies? What made you a brony? I never saw the previous generations of My Little Pony, so one day I decided to YouTube them and see if they're as bad as everyone says they were. I heard the recent generation was exceptionally bad. Guess that meant 3.5. But when I YouTubed for My Little Pony, I discovered the 4th generation, and when I watched one episode, I was like, this isn't bad at all. What are those people talking about? So I continued watching the episode, and I believed only 16 were out at the time. That's around the time the term brony started spreading, and since I liked the show, I just shrugged and labeled myself as a brony. You could say I was there from the beginning. How did you tell others that you were a fan of MLP? I just told my parents that I like a new cartoon and they didn't care. My parents don't really understand nor take interest in what I do, pegging everything as childish anyway, so they weren't fazed when I told them a new cartoon was about ponies. Why LethalAuroraMage? Because Mage on YouTube was already taken, so I meshed Mage with what at the time was my DeviantArt name, LethalAurora. LethalAurora was originally a character made for the MMO game named City of Heroes. I liked it so much it stuck as my username for many games and other things. Mage came a bit later when I wanted a more stable name for myself, as I have used many usernames throughout my years on the internet. I wanted something that I'd stick with for certain. I always loved the Mage class in all games that had the class. Magic was always attractive to me, so I chose Mage. My best real-life friend likes calling herself Dwarf, so we make a good duo. Sadly, Mage isn't an original word, and most places I'd sign up for would have Mage taken, so I meshed it with LethalAurora. How did you come up with the idea of your OC? How do you make your pony OC so cute? My pony OC Mage is a ponification of my internet persona Mage, design-wise at least. The original Mage had a different personality to her from the current Mage pony. She was more like the current LethalAurora, just much more harmless. Why is your OC a unicorn and not one of the other 2 types of ponies? Because it won't make sense to be called Mage otherwise, and I like magic. What's the story behind your OC pony Sona? What's the story of her cutie mark? In Canonverse, Mage Pony is named Aurora Spark, and no, she's not related to Twilight Sparkle in any way. A spark and sparkles are 2 different things. Anywho, she's a jack of all trades, changing jobs and traveling around Equestria. Art is her favorite trade, but often enough she'll take on something completely different. Her cutie mark represents a spark of inspiration, creativity, and willpower, as that is her greatest strength as well as her weakness. Aurora Spark can do most anything with her magic if she wants to and tries hard enough, but that also means she can't do anything if she doesn't have genuine want. It's troublesome because sometimes you have to do things you don't want to, but for Aurora Sparks, the lack of will is crippling to her abilities. That's why she can't settle down with just one job. Mage, what made you come up with the Mage and her alter ego? The names LethalAurora and Mage came from 2 very different origins, as earlier explained, but they're both me. They're my creations, so I thought it'd be interesting if those names were referring to the different parts of me. Do you yourself make art and effects for your videos? Indeedy do. What or who inspired you to make videos? NY Pony of all people. He was very nice to me when I first talked to him back when I was new to the whole brony analysis community, so I watched his activity and the way he interacted with his fans. It seemed like a very fun thing to do, so I thought I'll give it a go as well. Who's your favorite analysis brony? That's like asking me to pick my favorite friend. I can't choose, I love them all. Who's your favorite brony musician and artist in the fandom? I don't really have those. I like songs for what they are, not who they were made by. And the same with art. I don't pick favorites. It feels a bit limiting. How did you meet ANY Pony and Biter? In both occasions, it went like this. Hey, I drew you art!
Now give me your soul.
What is your personal process for making a video? For video editing, I use Sony Vegas Pro 12, but I start with writing out the script for my video, then I record it, edit it, then I put it in Sony Vegas along with the images I'll be needing, and then just listen to my audio and add an image every time I feel like there should be an image change, like when she blinks or smiles. Do you have any other magic abilities besides teleporting YouTubers? My pony Sonia is very gifted with magic, so yes, she can do many things. Why are you so awesome? I'm not awesome. How long have you been drawing for? For as long as I can remember. Sadly, I've made some very grave mistakes in my life when it came to drawing. Otherwise, I'm sure I'd be better than I already am. It hurts my heart every time I think about it. Your OC is pretty cute. Can my OC be your special sun pony? I'd rather not have my OC commit. I love silly shipping too much. Which analysis brony would you ship yourself with? All of them. What is your favorite ship between bronies? I ship Danny and Eliora. They're the best hate ship. You get to choose to marry either ANY or Biter. What do? Marry both. OT3 for the win. What's your favorite thing about either MLP or its fandom? The ability to ship myself with my friends and not be called weird. Best fandom ever. Why are you evil? I'm not evil. Do you have any tips for a young analysis brony? I'll say what most others will probably say. Don't use Pony Creator. It's bad for your image. When recording your voice, use Audacity. It's free and has a tool to remove most static. I suggest always writing out a script, and once you record yourself, edit out any long pauses or fumbles of the tongue. People don't like listening to videos that consist mostly of Also, try to speak as clearly as you can. Have confidence in your voice. Avoid monotone unless that's specifically what you're going for, or if you can't avoid it, like me. Anywho, pretty art is nothing if your voice lacks the most basic appeal. And last but not least, have something original to say, or at the very least, deliver it in an original way. Think about your strengths and how you can use them. I got lucky since my talent is art, so I managed to make my videos visually appealing at the least. But if art isn't your strength, then perhaps music, making crafts, voice acting, writing. Be aware of what you can do and apply it. Make your videos stand out. Are you going to do any collaborations with any of the analysis bronies? I hope so. Collabs are fun. Do you have a big collection of My Little Pony merchandise? Sadly, no. Just a few blind back ponies and one slightly larger Fluttershy toy you can get in your convenience stores. I'm too poor to afford anything else. Oh, how I'd love a plushie or a vinyl toy. Those look absolutely adorable. Do you plan on going, or have you gone to any of the pony cons? I haven't gone to any, and I don't know what the future may hold. I'd love to, but everything costs money. Sadly, I have little to spare on such luxuries, especially since I'm located in Europe and most big cons are in America. What do you do for a living? I'm a freeloader with no job. Go me! Best role model ever! Are you from Lithuania? Yes, I am. Was born and raised there, though I don't have the usual Lithuanian accent. I think my accent is one of a kind, actually. I feel special now. Your voice, is it actually your speaking voice? I think so. I'm no voice actress, so I can't drastically change my voice. Will you sing? I'm bad at singing, but maybe for a 3,000 subscriber special? Will you show your face someday? Maybe? Why can't we see your face? I'm a bit camera shy. Why is your voice always so quiet in a lot of these videos? It seems fine to me, and no one else has made the complaint like that yet, I don't think, so maybe you just need to turn up the volume? I have only one question for you. Do you like bananas? Yes, I do, and I won't go to the moon. The joke is old. Do you like pie? Apple pie is my favorite. Can you make animations? Kinda. I don't know how to use Flash, so I usually do frame by frame. I know the mechanics behind animation, but the longest animation I've ever done was this video, frame by frame.
No, I do not love the groom. In my heart there is no room, but I still want him to be all mine.
And it was incredibly tedious. Perhaps one day I'll learn Flash. Besides creating digital artwork, do you know how to use any other art medium? I used to draw with pencils before I went fully digital with my art. I tried painting, but I couldn't get a hang of that sloppy, messy medium. What other hobbies do you like to do? I like playing games and role-playing. I like writing something here and there too. I ain't a very physically active person, no. Do you play any instruments? If so, what do you play? I really wish I did. When I was little, some music teacher told my parents I had no ear for music, and since we were poor, they were never willing to invest in me trying out any instruments nor singing. I always wanted to play the flute, violin, or take singing lessons, but was never allowed to. So, who's your favorite writer? I don't read books, sorry. What is your favorite fanfic? I also don't read fanfictions. Do you like Penstrokes' Past Sins? I haven't read it, and I'm not planning to. Are you going to write a fanfiction? Maybe. There's a lot of things I need to and want to do before I take on new projects. Can you review fanfiction and leave a link in the description? I don't like reading fanfiction, so I won't be doing reviews on them, sorry. I'm sure there are other bronies out there who'd like to do that. Or hey, if you yourself have a good mic and a clear voice, you can start your own fanfiction reading channel or something. Do you like Harry Potter? Sorta kinda. I enjoyed the movies, haven't been active in the fandom beyond that. Did you like Danny Phantom? Never really watched it except for one episode. Doesn't seem too bad? Have you ever seen non-brony commentaries? I think so. Not sure what you mean by that, but I do watch many people say stuff about things that aren't pony related. Hello Mage, I was wondering, do you have a DeviantArt account? Yes, I do! You can access it by going on my YouTube page. There's a link there. Do you like anime? Yes. What is your favorite anime? I love too many anime to make a choice, but I'm a bit obsessed with Danganronpa and Free Iwatabi Swing Club at the moment. Neither of them are the best works of art the planet has ever seen, but I love them nonetheless. What other shows do you enjoy watching aside from MLP? I love Gravity Falls, but other than that I don't watch too much Western cartoons. I mostly watch anime, or at least I used to watch lots more than I do now. But my guilty pleasure is the total drama series. I'm not too fond of the humor in the show, but something about it just makes me come back again and again. What's your favorite animated film? I can't choose, but Mulan is a film I like rewatching a lot, and Coraline is a true work of art. Watch them if you haven't already. What's your favorite color? Various shades of purple. Would you lick my face? No, I only touch faces. Are you a Sonic fan? Nope. Do you like Doctor Who? Are you a Whovian? I like Doctor Who, but I don't consider myself a Whovian. I've only watched season 9 and 10, and I think I got midway to 11 before stopping. I love the show, but it always left me a little bit sad after each episode, so I eventually had to stop. What animals do you like? Too many to name. I love nature. What is your favorite animal and why? My cat, because he is mine and I have named him Lulu and he is my Lulu. What are your thoughts on pandas? They're chubby? No strong opinion on them. What does the fox say? What do you think about Google+? Are you more into sweet or salty foods? I like both, but prefer sweet. Are you into creepypasta? I don't read it much, but I am a fan of psychological horror. What are your favorite characters from Danganronpa 1 and 2? In no particular order. From Danganronpa the first, it's Togami Byakuya, Celestia Ludenberg, Hirigiri Kyoko, and Fujisaki Chihiro. From Super Danganronpa 2, it's Hamada Nagito, Nanami Chiaki, Tanaka Gundam, Soda Kazuichi, and my babu Kuzuryu Fuyuhiko. Which character death in Danganronpa was hardest for you to handle? This could be from either the first game or the second one. I didn't find any of them exceptionally hard to handle, but the second death in the first game made me a bit sadder than the rest, and the first death in the second game was a bit shocking, especially for the first death. Oh, by the way, speaking of Danganronpa, there's a person-y thingy that made a review on the Danganronpa series, so if you're interested, check it out. I made a little tiny cameo there, sort of, yeah. There's a linky, so click it. When did you find out about Persona, and what is your personal opinion on it? I found out about Persona 4 the game last year, I believe, and I love it to bits. Then came the anime, and I had lots of fun watching and rewatching it with friends. I was aware of the franchise before last year, but never looked into it. Have you read the Danganronpa fanfic crossover with MLP? Nope, not planning to either. Not if I'm reading. If you were a student in Danganronpa universe, what would be your talent and what would be your execution based on? My name would be Chitose Yamano. I'd be the super duper high school inspiration, and I would not have an execution because only killers do, and my character wouldn't kill. Maybe end up being killed, but definitely not kill. I wanna hug you! I wanna hug you too! Who has the best floof? King Sombra. Do you like to eat cards? No, where did you get that idea? What's up with leather? I mean, how does it exist? People skin dead animals or something like that? Why ask me this? What is the most twisted, evil, soulless thing you would do for a Klondike bar? I'd yell at a pigeon? I don't think I'd bother doing anything for some chocolate bar. Is it a chocolate bar? I've never had one. But anyway, I can just calmly buy a chocolate bar. Why do anything troublesome? Have you accepted our Ogre Lord and Savior Shrek into your heart yet? No. Go away. That person. If there is a train heading from Cleveland to Miami at 45 miles per hour and another train heading from Los Angeles to Las Vegas at 50 miles per hour, while a plate of cookies cools on the windowsill in Alaska at a rate of 1 degree every 2 seconds starting at 450 degrees Fahrenheit, why is Luna best princess? I'm so lost right now. What in the world is touch face? It's me touching your face. How is this concept hard to understand? Why are you and Touchface so adorable? I don't know. Do you love Minecraft? I waffle it. What is it like having so many subscribers? And that's all. So many questions. I didn't expect that many. Thank you all for asking, and I'm sorry if yours didn't make it in there. Blame Google Plus and the stupid new system. Anywho, have a nice day and I hope to see you soon. Mage out.